Hello viewers, this is Work TV, your most anticipated channel. I'm Olorunmowaju, your host on Okun Gist with Personality, a program where we discuss lifestyles, fashion, entertainment, and exclusive interview with different guests within our community. Before we continue, we'll go on a commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. Ọlọ́run mi mo mọ̀ dúpẹ́ o. Yeah, yeah. Ọlọ́run mi mo mọ̀ pẹ́ra o. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah. Ọlọ́run mi wọ́n ṣe. Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. Ọlọ́run mo dúpẹ́ oore mo dúpẹ́ oore oye. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, oh ní gbogbo ọ̀nà mi. Ọlọ́run mi mo mọ̀ pẹ́ra o. Yeah, yeah. Dákun mo ìwọ gbà yìnbọn pẹ́ mi. Yeah, yeah. Ọlọ́run ìgbọ́ tèmi o. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Ipa mi mọ́ lójoojúmọ́ ayé. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Ọlọ́run mi. Ọlọ́run mi mo mọ̀ dúpẹ́ òye. Ọlọ́run mi mo mọ̀ pẹ́ra òye. Wọ́n ṣe náà kọ́, wọ́n ṣe náà kọ́, wọ́n ṣe náà kọ́ Ọlọ́run mi, wọ́n ṣe náà kọ́ bàbá lílá. Wọ́n ṣe náà kọ́ oyigiyigi o. Wọ́n ṣe náà kọ́, wọ́n ṣe náà kọ́ Ọlọ́run mi, wọ́n ṣe náà kọ́. Wọ́n ṣe náà kọ́ o ní gbogbo ọ̀nà mi. Wọ́n ṣe náà kọ́ o nínú ìdílé mi o. Wọ́n ṣe náà kọ́ Ọlọ́run mi. Wọ́n ṣe náà kọ́ wọ́n mọ̀ ṣe o. Wọ́n ṣe náà kọ́. Wọ́n ṣe náà kọ́. Wọ́n ṣe náà kọ́ Ọlọ́run mi. Màmú bóyá náà ti eléyìí. Oyi.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Yes. Sir, this is our program, Okun Gist with Personality. It's a program where we love to showcase culture, talent, education, and whatsoever program. We want to build our community with different guests as you. Sir, we would like to meet you.
I think you are aware. I'm Dr. Tunde Durowaiye. I'm from Kaba, Kogi State. I have my primary education in St. Paul's Primary School.
What year, sir?
Some few years ago.
Okay, sir.
Then my secondary school, St. Barnabas Secondary School, the best secondary school in the world.
Are you sure?
Then I went to the Polytechnic briefly, but I don't want to go into that. University of Ilorin, Kwara State, was where I had my first degree in sociology. Thereafter, I went to Manchester, Britain, for my master's degree, still in sociology. Then I returned briefly to Nigeria before advancing for my PhD. And I had my PhD in University of KwaZulu-Natal, Durban, South Africa. So, and I'm back to Nigeria fully.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Is that all you want?
Yes, for now.
Okay, it's no problem. We'll get to know more about
Right.
that. But before we proceed, sir, I heard you say you are from Kaba, and we would like you to greet our people. Ẹ wá ngọ́lí èdè tìràtìrà gọ́gọ́ ẹ kó wọn mọ́ra.
Òwe ngọ́ẹ̀ mo wá gbogbo ra ẹ̀yin bàbá mi ẹ̀yin iye mi ngọ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀yin ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ẹ̀yin àbúrò mi ọkùnrin àti obìnrin. Mo fẹ́ ti wá àlejò ngọ́ẹ̀ lé òwe ire òwe á ṣe ojú gbogbo ra o.
Àmín.
Ààrẹ jàǹfààní òwe lágbára Ọlọ́run ẹ ṣeun.
Ẹ ti gbọ́ pa ọtí wá rin iṣẹ́ mọ́ ọmọ nílé onákẹ́ra ọ̀gbẹ́dẹ yá ẹ̀kọ́ sájáde kọ́ afẹ́gbàgbéra líle. So now we'll be proceeding with questions we'd like to learn from you. And actually, sir, from your intro, I got to understand that you're a book lover. Like for you to have your master's and went as far as Manchester. I know it's something that you really want to bring. There's a lesson you actually want people back at home to learn from. Now, sir, we want to know, like, what motivated you from the little background you have from St. Paul's. I know something must have made you to love book. So, sir, can we know about that?
Yeah, I like it when you mention St. Paul's because there's a usual say in my language that Odo ele bagbagbe orisun re kiregbe. So my take in education is because I don't want to die. If you don't want to die, you keep learning.
Definitely.
And learning has no end. As I am, I'm still learning. And even here, I am learning. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Now, sir, I know for the past time you've arrived back to the country, and I know you've visited your hometown and you've seen the education sector there. Sir, what can you say for now? Are you pleased with the education sector, the way it's rolling? Was it the same way it was back then?
Generally speaking, my own personal assessment would be that there's still room for improvement, because by the time you compare the standard of education, particularly in Nigeria, to what we have in some other countries, you will discover that we still have a long way to go. Talk about the ways that information is being disseminated to students or anybody who intend to be studying. It's actually, there's a little gap, you know, which we need to still cover up. But then talking about Kaba or Okun generally,
Yes, sir.
we're not doing too badly. A lot of people are well educated. My people are known for education.
Yeah.
And but what I always clamor for is the higher type of education. I am not talking about the primary, the secondary type of education. I always appreciate the higher type of education, talk about the colleges of education, talk about the polytechnics, universities, and the rest. Because basically placement in life start from those areas. So if you look at our society today, people that be through education are people who actually have some higher level of education. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I think viewers, I'm sure you are enjoying everything our guest is saying to you today. Sir, once more, we'll still take you back to the education sector.
Okay.
Because they said youths are the leaders of tomorrow. And then by so doing, I think we want at this stage to concentrate on the youth. Sir, can we say at this moment that the education, okay, you said it's not totally bad, but can we say what's the response to from what you see? Is the youth responding very, very well to the little they have at their expenses?
Well, I would say sometimes it's not the fault of the youth. The adults and the elites have some roles to play. A situation where the students, the youth particularly, do not have proper guidance and counseling. You know, they just choose to do whatever they like, and at the end of the day, they find themselves where they do not belong. So there should be proper guidance and counseling for our youth from time to time, starting from secondary school. So all the secondary schools in Okun land should involve or engage their students in the guidance and counseling on what are the courses to offer, or subjects rather, in secondary school that will qualify them to go into whatever particular course they want to go into in the university. My little experience is, you see, up to today, we see students still offering wrong combinations.
Definitely.
You see, so, and at the end of the day, placement in the university will now be difficult. You know, basically, to get into the university, you have to get your mathematics and English language. These are basic requirements. Aside that, you need the other three subjects from the O levels that will qualify you for the course you intend to study. Now, sometimes you find it difficult to even combine some three subjects in some other, in some candidates. That is because they do not have proper guidance from secondary schools.
Yes.
Also, the parents who are learned have some role to play. It's absurd when you see some students who are even from a well-learned families, choosing wrong combinations. You see, for example, you want to study law, basically you need literature for law. But such candidate may be studying something like geography, economics. Even when you have a higher grades in those courses, it doesn't still qualify you for law in the university. So that's it. So we need to sensitize our students. We need to encourage them. There should be room for guidance and counseling for these students to get into the university. Then we need to also let them know the discrepancies, the differences that exist between polytechnics, colleges of education, and the university. So they are basically not the same. So people need to be sensitized about these higher institutions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, we are enjoying your talk. We feel you should continue, but we will take them step by step and hope to call you another time to have a section with you.
I will appreciate.
Sir, I'll take you back to your course of study,
all right,
which is sociology. Yeah, we know that this particular course has to do with our mental,
human behavior.
Our behavior, mental behavior. Sir, we won't just say we know what sociology is at this stage, because now you've gone higher, you know more. So it might not be the basic sociology we just understand that we know. Maybe you should be able to tell us more, because so many persons out there, you see them, they say, I want to do sociology, but they don't really know what sociology is all about. Having you here is a pleasure to let people also know what this course is all about.
Well, sociology, to a layman, I would say, is the study of the behavior of man within the social structure, within the society. It studies the behavior within social institutions. Social institutions includes family,
Yes, sir.
Educational institutions, health or medical, as you may have them, and legal and the rest of them. So in society, basically, we have some social institutions. Now, sociology studies the behavior of man within these social institutions and in relation to another social institution within the society. What I'm trying to say here is the behavior of man within education and health sector, for example. These two functions interact.
Okay.
Yeah, they interact. All the social institutions within the society interacts. And a dysfunction of one will lead to distortion in the society. For example, you can imagine if there is no security in Kogi State, for example, a lot of things will go.
Have gone bad.
So, and sociology is an interesting course, and I would say if I have another opportunity, I will still study sociology.
Really, it must be an interesting course to go into.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have so many friends that do sociology, but I enjoy it because when we interact, I learn from them, and I think life is all about learning, just as you said.
Yes.
Sir, we are bringing you back home now.
Okay.
With your course of study, with your experience abroad, and coming back into the country, Nigeria. I know you must have wished to stay back, but I know the love you have for the country, for your local government, must have brought you back. Sir, at this stage, I would like to know, what do you bring back for us?
Yes. Everyone who is close to me will identify a fact that I'm a Kaba-loving person.
Definitely, sir.
Even when I was abroad, I find it interesting to come home a minimum of 3 times a year.
Wow.
And coming home is Kaba. It's not just staying in Lagos or staying in Abuja. You are in Abuja, you are not in Kaba. So I love Kaba. And I love Kaba people. We are peace-loving people. So I like to come home every time. For example, where I work now is about 11, 12 hours drive from Kaba. But most of the times,
I would like to know where in the country.
I'm in the northeast of this country,
Particularly
Taraba State.
Okay, sir.
That's where I lecture.
We'd like to know more, so that one of these days you can just jump into Taraba.
Oh my, that would be interesting.
Okay, sir.
So I lecture in the Federal University, Wukari, Taraba State, in the Department of Sociology.
Wow.
That's why I lecture. So in the bid of having to encourage my people in education, in their education pursuit,
Okay, sir.
I try to create a kind of education scholarship.
Yeah.
Yes. There is what we call the Tunde Durowaiye scholarship. Educational
really?
Scholarship, yes.
It's been in existence since
I think about 3 years now. Wow. So the last time we were able to achieve about 15 JAM forms for Kaba people.
Wow.
We got some JAM forms and gave it to, but there are criteria. We don't just give it out to people who are not qualified.
Yes,
because
sir.
we don't want to block the chances of some people
Others
who are qualified. Number one, you have to get your English and mathematics. English language and mathematics.
Compulsory.
Plus any other combination that we see that is fitting for a university. It's basically for the university.
Wow.
Yes. And people are benefiting from this. Then the other phase of scholarship is the one that pays a part of school fees.
Okay.
Yes, towards their education. So, and this is ongoing.
Wow.
By December again, another scholarship will roll out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, the scholarship is a yearly.
It's a yearly thing.
Activity.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Very well, sir.
Yes.
Sir, we would like also to know pertaining to this scholarship, what are you extending it furthermore?
Yeah.
Or it's just going to be within this range?
At the moment, it's only for my clan. Yes. Because of the limited resources.
Okay.
It's only for my clan and the Okere.
Which clan, sir?
The Okere.
Within Kaba land.
The Okere royal family in Kaba.
Wow.
Yeah, these people are
This
benefiting.
was very challenging
So
for that.
it could extend beyond now, but because of our limited resources,
Okay,
we want to efficiently and effectively use the limited resources that we have.
Thank you very much. Viewers, we are back to you again. I'm sure you are enjoying this episode because with this information about the scholarship, I hope your belt is well set. If you have your younger ones, anybody around you, tell them to get set. Tunde Durowaiye scholarship is here in Kaba. So tell people around you, your words, and everyone that this scholarship is for them, or they should try. I believe that our doctor here is going to extend it, because we are going to tell him now to extend it not just for his clan but to the entire youth within Okun land.
Amen.
Sir, also we want to know, aside the scholarship, what other plans do you have for Okun land? If you want your, maybe you are trying to challenge others, we don't know. But
you know, my area specifically is education, and the dream is big. But
We can see
don't
that,
let us let the cat out yet.
Okay, sir.
There's a body of there's a body that is made up of this scholarship scheme, and a lot of times I don't interact with it. They do the screening, they do whatever, and submit.
Okay.
So all we do is to disburse money for this scholarship.
Okay.
But we have a big dream. We have a big dream. We want to see a situation where the orphans,
Yeah.
the orphans are going to be benefiting in some kind of scholarship. We had a meeting sometime recently, and we're looking at I'll call it authentic orphan,
Okay.
who are really orphan
Yeah.
to the core. In sociology, we call some things significant other.
Okay, sir.
People who do not rely on anybody. They don't have auntie, they don't have uncles, they don't have parents anywhere. So we want to see how we can penetrate to assisting them through education. So I'm highly interested when it comes to education, and I think people who are really close to me will bear me witness.
Thank you very well, sir. I think for now, we are pleased with everything we can hear from you. We see dreams coming true with the help of your foundation, your scholarship, and even those that you are here to tell us about. Sir, our last question before we enter the next section, because we have segment by segment of this program, is going to be, sir, we hear that most persons, everybody believes in education, but some persons cannot afford this education because of things surrounding them, and so they go into skills acquisition. Sir, can you say someone who sees education as nothing serious going into skill acquisition, how well can that person excel?
Well, man proposes, God disposes. It is not of him that willeth, but of God that showeth mercy. You see, the mercy of God is abundant, and a lot of times your dream shakes, and when it shakes, if you fine-tune yourself to the proper channel, you can still find your way through. I was in Ibadan sometime, in a barber shop to have my hair cut. And so by the time I entered the place, I was fascinated with what I saw. You know, from the reception up to the service and the exit. And I was forced to ask, you know, who owns this place? And the guy came out. So who are you? He said he's a graduate of UI. Okay. So I'm not shocked. There's a place where education plays in our life.
So it should not be
education. No, education is a life wire of any society. Who makes up the society?
Us.
Man. So education is the life wire. If you want the man dead, stop education. Developed countries are only developed because of the level of education. You know, South Africa today is becoming popular in research. That's
because
education.
of education.
You know, so a lot of money is pumped into education, and so I will advise that anyone who can inject money into education should please do so. There's no you may not reap the interest immediately, but once you have injected education into someone, you can be sure that that generation is covered. That generation is secured, you know. So I think education is just everything.
Okay. So we should not just say, okay, we can't afford it now. Even later we can.
I used to tell people, I said, do whatever you can to go to school. You see, you can always come back to do anything. You can always come back to do anything, but acquire the basic education first. That's going to help you a lot.
In life. Yes,
even I told you what happened from the reception. You can imagine if you are not welcome well in a place, you know, the morale will drop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So education is the key.
Thank you very much, sir. We've come to the end of this segment.
Thank you.
Whereas we are heading into the next segment about in our same program, Okun Gist with Personality. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back. Welcome back, sir. Viewers, welcome back. The segment we are right now, Onki Afe Ekirayin La Ẹjẹ́ oníran ìlílé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ti yẹ ẹ̀fẹ́ràn òwe ẹ̀fẹ́ràn òkun Ekirayin délẹ́délẹ́ oníran ìwòyìn ìbásọmọ eríkìrí ohun ra gbóná.
I may not be able to go into details, but I'm a mugmafe, okumega, makeu boju, abakeu boju,
I'm not from your class, I can't.
Well, let's have it like that.
Okay, so thank you very much, sir. Okay. We are glad that we call you. You came. We hope to call you once more because we really have a very nice time. From all of us at Work TV, we say thank you very much. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, viewers. I am so pleased, and I can say you also are pleased with our guest today. He has helped us answer some of our challenging issues about education. You can drop all your questions on all our handles. WorkTV_NG is our YouTube channel. At WorkTV is our Instagram handle. You can check us up on all our handles. We will be glad to answer all your questions. See you next time on Okun Gist with Personality. Thank you.
Thank you for watching today's episode on Okun Gist with Personalities on Work TV. We hope you enjoy yourself and we hope you enjoyed the interview as well. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and don't forget to ring the bell as well. This will enable you to have a notification whenever we post a new video on this channel. Do you wish to be interviewed on this program as well? Why not just call us today on the number scrolling on your screen
and we shall give you an appointment to be interviewed on Okun Gist with Personalities. This is Okun. This is our land. Let us build it together. Work TV, unveiling talents.